Your name is John Kafi.
Greetings, you are now listening to Coffee Talk, and this is John Kafi. Here at Coffee Talk, we do this for the culture with new episodes every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. You can check us out online at www.coffee-talk.com. That is KAFI-TALK.com. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at John_Coffee_. Follow me on Twitter at John_Coffee. Be sure to like that Facebook page at facebook.com/CoffeeTalkPod. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Coffee Talk, hosted by John Kafi, and we're also available on Spotify. Once again, that is KAFI. Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk. We'll get to our special featured guest here in a few. That is F.A.C.T.S. But in the meantime, we're going to discuss something that's been making a little bit of noise lately on the internet and hip-hop circles. A lot of noise, actually, is Jay-Z's verse on DJ Khaled's album God Did on a song, the title track on that album God Did. It also features John Legend, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross. And it is being heralded by many different publications and many online personalities as a few people have called it the greatest verse of all time. I have a take on it, and here's my take on it. First of all, in my opinion, God Did is a good song. It's polished, theatric, and glowing, and each artist featured definitely brings their A game, from Rick Ross to Lil Wayne to Jay-Z. The production is crisp and emotional, and the song has an overall uplifting cinematic production quality to it. It's a movie. Jay-Z's verse is around 5 times the length of Wayne's and Ross's, and it showcases his talent for visual storytelling and captivating wordplay. When it comes to hip-hop, I'm an underground old school head, but I'm not such a purist that I will deny talent and great execution when it's right in front of me. I'm not a hip-hop Nazi that wants to kill everyone that doesn't appreciate underground hip-hop music. I get it. It sounds good and it feels expensive. And as Hov says, he's a quote-unquote real nigga's dream, and every listener who considers themselves a quote-unquote real nigga thinks he's speaking directly to them. That's the sales pitch. Which leads me to my main point of contention with this song. It isn't the craftsmanship of the song itself, it's the reaction of the media and the audience. With every weekly media cycle, there arise new spectacles at which the masses gawk, usually including celebrity gossip, random acts of violence, and political scandals, or an unsavory blend of all of the above. The masses normally react like it's feeding time at the zoo, gobbling up the controversial information and regurgitating it back onto their respective social networks. This is where the groupthink process starts to form. Those with the loudest online opinions tend to frequently be those with the least information, and those with the least knowledge of hip-hop history and culture seem to be the ones with the most aggressive takes. It's the nature of the beast. Success equals best. Riches mean talent. The music business isn't a meritocracy. No matter the level of technical ability of a rapper or how deep their storytelling, if they aren't in a certain tax bracket, the general masses won't take notice. There's a machine behind major artists that tends to drown out all dissenting opinions, even in the social media age. Now, for years, I've had this talent versus success debate with rap fans. Those that are mesmerized by the glitz of the major music industry tend to have tunnel vision when it comes to discerning between what's good and what's popular, between what's disposable and what's timeless. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but everyone shouldn't be entitled to their own facts. And numbers are facts, right? So that means sales are the yardstick by which we should measure how good an artist is, right? In sports, the scores and stats define the talent. Also in sports, the talent usually dictates the opinions. You can't dispute the talent of the athlete on the court or on the field, no matter how much you dislike them. The stats tell the story. It's not the same in rap or music in general. One person can think an artist sucks and has no talent, while the other can worship and adore the same artist. Which brings me to my opinion on Jay-Z's verse on God Did. Is it the greatest verse of all time? In my opinion, no. When I think of lyricists in the rap world with pen game that can rival Jay-Z's, there are plenty. From living legends like Kool G Rap to Billy Woods, Rock Marciano, Benny the Butcher, Ka, and more. A large percentage of these artists that I could name as being great lyricists wouldn't even amount to a blip on the common listener's radar. So therefore, there's a disconnect in opinions when it comes to the culture of hip-hop versus the business. When it comes to the technical ability of a great MC weighed against the promotional power of the machine behind them, I think Jay-Z represents one of the best balances between talent and business acumen alongside artists like Kanye West. But in my opinion, that isn't necessarily equivalent to christening either of them as the GOAT. How do you feel about it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Respond in the comments section below the YouTube video and be sure to tap that bell icon and subscribe to my channel. And for our episode 3 edition of Kafi's Krates, we have a few releases to present to you guys to listen to. First one on the list is a Man Bites Dog Records release. Last week we had a Man Bites Dog record release by Rico James, a producer out of Vermont. This week we have an album by another producer. This one's actually one of the co-founders of Man Bites Dog Records. His name is Count Fifth. He's worked with Killah Priest, Nas, Vast Air of Cannibal Ox, a lot of heavy hitters in the underground of hip-hop. And this project is called Numero Un. It's his debut producer album. And it has 9 from back in the days. What you want, 9? And my name up in lights in INE. Copyright, formerly of the Megahertz crew. Jay Royale, up and coming MC from Baltimore. Born Unique, Fatboy Sharif, even myself, I'm on it with a song with Impulse, a Man Bites Dog longtime affiliate. So be sure to check that out. All the tracks are produced by Count Fifth, and it's a really dope release, so check that out. And next on the list we have Mock Hami and the God Fahim with Dollar Menu 4. It's a mixtape. It's got Your Old Droog featured on it. If you're not familiar with Your Old Droog, he's had some comparisons to Nas as far as his voice. Be sure to check that out. This is Dollar Menu 4, so there's 3 other ones. You might want to check those out first. The God Fahim and Makami used to be affiliated with West Side Gun and them, the Griselda. I think Makami is still down with him, but be sure to check that out. And also our special featured guest, you got to check out his new project with Ciz Beats out of Indianapolis. They both operate and do their thing in Indy. Ciz Beats is from Chicago by way of Fort Wayne, and F.A.C.T.S is from Fishers, Indiana, but they both do their thing in Indy. And it's called DBL, Days Before Loops, and they've done a few other projects together. Be sure to check those out. Once again, that's F.A.C.T.S and Ciz Beats, Days Before Loops. That's about it for this installment of Kafi's Krates. Stay tuned, and we'll keep bringing you that ill hip-hop sound.
Destination vibing, feels so good you must admit it. Know it's been a minute. You in a trance like hallucination, putting people in the groove. That's my motivation. Grams, and we outside smoking, ain't no care in mind. Granny Raw style music, give me why stop. Come on, we going to the future. Finish line never knowing. Alfonso was steady rolling.
Yo, our special featured guest for this episode of Kafi Talk is F.A.C.T.S, F-A.C.T.S. That stands for Father Always Controls the Situation. He's been moving and shaking in the indie scene for about a decade and releasing music all the time. And he's been doing some projects recently for the last few years with a producer named Ciz Beats. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, he's got a real nice sound, that soulful sound as far as the production. He also appeared, F.A.C.T.S also appeared on my self-produced EP called Scripts Volume 1. It was actually a mixtape, pardon me, not an EP, a compilation, on a song called Determination. Give it up and welcome F.A.C.T.S. Hey man, how you doing today?
I'm doing real good, man. I'm blessed. How about you?
That's what's up. Same here. I can't complain. Now, I really wanted to kick this off by letting the people know, the listeners out there, what were your beginnings when it came to hip hop? What was your first first whiff of hip hop that made you think, you know what, this is something I want to do?
I would say around 2009. I was, partying, younger 20s around the city, and house parties. There's always ciphers, people freestyling and stuff like that. And my friends always told me like, "Yo, you should take it serious. You're better than people that like actually do this." So that was my biggest, that was my real start when I was like, all right, I'm gonna take it serious because they telling me to.
Right. Now, when you say the city, do you mean Indianapolis?
Yeah, like Broad Ripple. Like I was living in Broad Ripple at the time, so around that area.
No doubt. For those of you that don't know, the listeners out there, Indianapolis has a pretty thick hip hop scene. It's been popping off for many years, and there's a lot of artists doing their thing there. So as far as your inspirations when it comes to hip hop, as a listener and as a fan, who can you name as some of your main inspirations that made you want to actually write or perform?
I would say early Kanye, definitely. Outkast entirely.
No doubt.
And I was like a 21 around Drought 3 Wayne, so I'm a Wayne baby, man. Like I was at the perfect age when he was on his run in 2000, 7, 8, 9 type years. So he's a huge influence too.
Definitely.
But I want to talk for Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's nobody in the game really giving that type of perspective, well, especially from Indiana, but just the blue collar, everyday, just real life talk.
Yeah, working class, right?
Yeah.
So out of those inspirations you named, I can really relate to Outkast because I've been plugged in since the beginning. So yeah, that's a great influence to have. They're very diverse and musical, and I think that your flow combined with the soulful production of your man Ciz Beats does bring that kind of vibe, that soulful vibe that Outkast had.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, man, it's I don't know, you can't help but imitate who you listen to all the time, which is it'll come out in your style. So yeah,
definitely.
It is.
Yeah, so as far as the indie hip-hop scene, you've done a lot of shows there. Can you name any specific shows that were standouts? I know you did some performances with a band called Juice Dad, and are there any memories, like crazy memories, as far as good performances, good turnouts that you can tell us about?
Mine were more like experiences. Like I remember, the event Trees.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully they bring it back. They had like a contest, who had the best 16, and I ended up winning it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and they gave me a slot to perform at the Pioneer, and this guy from Missouri came up to me after my set, and he was like, "I've been here like I've been at all the Treases," and he was like, "You're my favorite artist I've seen here yet." And it was just crazy because I had like a 15-minute set. Like it wasn't even anything crazy, but it was just like the love was real. And doing Trees, the last Trees they did, I performed during the first ever break dancing battle for Trees and for Indy like that. And that was awesome.
Nice. I did want to mention your partner that when I first met you, you were doing. I actually got a mixtape from you, Facts and Money, and you were with your man's Wilson Kick It. How many shows or performances have you done together, or projects? Was that the only one you did together? Was that mixtape?
Yeah, that was the only one we did together. But we still got. That's what's crazy. We still got a whole album fully produced by Sunny Paradise, and I don't know if Rel will drop that, but I have been performing with Wilson for years. Like everywhere we went, like we had songs together, or we just like do separate songs, but we were always just for like 2013 to like 2016 or something like that, or 17, like we were just going everywhere.
That's what's up. Did you meet him via the music scene?
I met him. He was my roommate when I first started rapping. He was my best friend's friend that he grew up with. So I met him through a roommate type vibe.
Oh, that's what's up.
And that was way before I wasn't even doing music yet. Like he was in college and making beats and stuff like that. And he would have people over, and they would like be in his room, and then I just, you know.
Do you have any shows coming up in the near future, or are you planning on performing around Indy soon?
I don't have any shows coming up, but I will definitely have a listening party before December, and definitely before December, probably November, for my next album. One of my next albums that I'm gonna drop this year. So, but no dates yet, but you know, we never know.
As far as your collaborative efforts, we did mention Wilson Kick It. Also, your main producer, Ciz Beats. Could you tell us a little something about him, how you guys connected, and what you've been working on with him?
Yeah, I met him at during like the last Trees. Like he was shooting a documentary for 317 Dance Academy. That's a breakdancing school in Fishers, which they were doing the breakdance battle, and they were shooting a documentary, and so they would get me practicing in the studio and stuff, and Russ, which is Ciz's real name, came up to me and was like, hey, you ever need any footage, da-da-da-da-da, and I was like, okay, and he ended up doing, like Tiny Desk?
Yeah, definitely. Tiny Desk concerts.
Yeah, he did like an indie version. It was called Creators Lounge, and he had just a whole bunch of different artists from different backgrounds do just like super intimate sets in his apartment. And he ended up calling me, and I did it. And after I was done, he ended up playing me beats, and it was history from there.
Right.
He told me like 3 beats, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I got to rock with you. You gotta do like all my stuff now.
Is he based in Indy?
Yeah, yep.
How many projects have you done with him thus far?
I did 1, F.A.C.T.S. I've done 4. I've done 4 with him so far. Wow.
Okay, so the new one that you have is Days Before Loops, right?
Yep.
When did that drop?
That dropped. I want to say either late July or early August.
Okay, and that one is one of those 4 that you did with Ciz Beats?
Yep. That's the latest one I did with him.
Okay, so how would you describe his production style?
He has so many flavors. That's why it's funny that people are like gravitating to the loops, but he has so many other flavors. Like even on the first album I did with him, I had like trap beats. I had a whole bunch of different styles that he did, but people are just gravitating to the soul loops and just the samples. But I would just say he captures vibes. Like like there's something about his production. It's like movie scores. Like it's just different. It's a different texture. It grabs you. It just grabs your like soul. So that's like the best way I could put it. And it's crazy because nobody knows him here. He's like not on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Never did like a beat battle. Like none of that.
I really like what I've heard thus far, so I definitely would like to maybe get in contact with him for an interview if possible, or touch base with him or something.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you his IG. He'll definitely, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So there's another producer from the scene in Indy that you worked with by way of, I believe, South Korea, Joe Harvey.
Yes, sir.
Is he back in Indy now, or?
No, I know he moved to Hawaii for some years, but I think he moved back to South Korea.
Oh, okay.
It was too crazy. I think he's in South Korea now. Yeah.
So how many projects do you have with him?
I did Harvey F.A.C.T.S. I did 2.
Yeah, Harvey F.A.C.T.S, right?
I did Harvey F.A.C.T.S 1 and Harvey F.A.C.T.S 2.
It's got that classic boom bap sound. Used to be a member of Twilight Sentinels, and also the Pro Forums, and back in the day, he was a part of a group called Verbal Complex. That's some historical indie stuff. That was back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. But are you planning on working with him again soon?
I really haven't talked to him in a while since we dropped that last one. I think he was transitioning on moving back to South Korea maybe, but it's just been me and Russ, like ever since me and Ciz got together, it was just like an instant brotherhood. But,
oh yeah, definitely.
I would definitely work with Harvey again, but right now it's just like God brought Ciz to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we like peanut butter and jelly. Like it's like even where we live now, like we both ended up moving, and we like 3 minutes from each other now. So it's just constant content, and his speed is right there with mine, and it's just, you know,
that chemistry is hard to find, and when you have it, you gotta, you know, stick with it to be productive.
Yeah. And that's what's hard now. Like when other producers or people try to reach out, it's like, man, I got my producer. Like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like he says the same thing. He's like, when other producers say like, let's collab, he's like, how are we really gonna collab? Like, I don't.
Right.
So
that chemistry, once you find it, it's, you know, it's hard to let go. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you should.
It's like a marriage. Like I try to compare it to like a marriage, because it's like I take his. I know when to let him lead. He knows when to let me lead. It's just like balancing each other. It's like I don't know, it's special. You got to really treat it like you're special.
Yeah. You got to, you know, nurture the relationship so it can be productive. But I definitely know you guys have a lot of great art to come in the near future. What's on the forefront for you guys? I mean, coming in the next few weeks or months?
Well, we just ended our first month of which was his idea. He makes a beat and I write a verse, and it's called a 1 verse challenge, and we will shoot a video for it. And we do like 1 a week. And at first we were just gonna do August, but now we're doing like up to like October, November.
Right.
We're just coming with like a lot of content now, and the first 4 videos we put out has just gotten like an amazing response. It's just like so many more people reaching out. So many people have just been like, yo, like those videos, like you have Indiana's vibe. Like it's crazy to see like it look real.
Right.
So it's just real beautiful right now. And Soul Loops 2 is definitely coming soon. I don't know when, but we've almost got I think we're already done mixing it and stuff. So
that's not an instrumental project. That's actually your vocals on that too, right? Soul Loops.
Yeah. That's
okay.
That's the name of mine and his like
collabo
series. Like, yeah, we didn't even know it was gonna be a series, because it was just like we just kind of found you found a groove, and it was just like, oh, we've got like 3 albums right now done.
So that's what those other 3 joints that you did together were Soul Loops 1 through 3?
Nah, the other one, like Days Before Loops is like 1.5. So we dropped Soul Loops 1 in March 25th of this year.
Right.
And we got a real good, and we kept going, so we had like, man, we don't want to just drop Soul Loops 2, so let's drop something in between. So it's like Days Before Loops is like 1.5, but with different songs, and that's why it's only like 5 songs.
That's what's up.
Then we're gonna drop a single, and then we're gonna drop Soul Loops 2, and we've actually just started recording Soul Loops 3. Doing these challenges, he was like, nah, we gotta say that for Soul Loops 3. So we already laying tracks down for that now too, and I got another album coming out called Relationship Facts, which is going to be like an A and B side. So
yeah,
we're just really trying to push all the content we can, because we just believe in our content. It's just feel like we got that blue magic right now. So we're just trying to distribute. No doubt.
As far as the Creators Lounge, is he going to be doing that again, or is that idea already come and gone?
He's sitting on like 12 or 15 episodes that he's already done, like with different artists. So it's really like COVID really slowed down all that, because he had did one pop-up at the Jailbird in Fountain Square, and it was outside on a projector screen, and that was the first one that he was just gonna do different locations. But you know, COVID came, so we had to kind of nix that. But he still got all that content. Even the content he did for Treese that I met him at, the documentary for that hasn't dropped yet. So it's just, you know, now it's just timing with everything.
Right.
But yeah, he said, I think he was saying that he would like to, you know, keep going at Creators Lounge. But
yeah, I
right
noticed.
now, it's just us.
I noticed as far as the scene is when it's like everything came to a standstill with COVID, and like it's like I'm working on a project right now, but it's like as far as the live performances and everything, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not moving the way it used to.
No, that's what I was saying, like about Treese earlier. I was like, man, once they bring Treese back, I think that, or something like Treese, like a hip hop festival, like
Right.
I think that'll bring all the shows and bring the people back out. Because yeah, I don't really, all the shows I've been going to have been like major, like artists from other places. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That have came here. I haven't went to any like local shows in a minute, and then it's like you gotta have like COVID shot. You know what I'm saying? It's still kind of like that. So people ain't really, you know.
Yeah, it used to be a lot of, you know, every weekend there was something hip hop related at a bar somewhere, you know.
Yeah, yep. But I think it'll come back, like, cause it's too many people. It gave artists too much time to make albums, to make content.
Right.
It's just like, so I think it'll just be like a rush of content, hopefully like next summer, or just, you know, just sometime in the near future, hopefully.
Not for nothing, I released 3 projects during COVID. I was sitting on an album that I had Inspector Deck from Wu-Tang on, and a few other features, and Furious Euphoria, I dropped that during COVID, but I've been sitting on that one.
Yeah.
So I finished that one up, and it's also got appearance by the late Papa Wu on there. It's got like Wu-Tang features on it, but
Yeah.
and then I did the Messiah Complex, which I actually wrote and recorded during COVID, and then the Scripts, which you appeared on, you know, that compilation. I released that on vinyl, and all those projects are available. darkagesmusic.bandcamp.com, spelled like it sounds. I wanted you to let the people know what your social media is so they can connect with you and listen to some of your music, and if there's a website.
On Spotify and Apple Music, I'm just the acronym FACTS.
F.A.C.T.S.
Letter. On IG, I am the acronym FACTS86.
F.A.C.T.S.
Yep. On Facebook, it's FACTS, the acronym. Twitter is FACTS86. And YouTube is the acronym FACTS.
That's what's up. How many music videos do you have?
4. We just dropped the last one for the month of August. This week. I think it was like Monday or something like that. So, but just the response has been just so beautiful. It's like it's just gonna keep coming, and we're just gonna keep pushing.
That's what's up. What kind of numbers are you doing on those?
And we started like boosting them too. That was one thing that I had never did.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, you just boosted and like for a week, and it was just, now it's every time I pick up my phone, people is friending, reaching out, all that stuff. So it's like one's at like a couple thousand. The other ones are like in the hundreds, I think. But nothing too crazy, but it's just already just, you know, just the build up. So it's baby steps to this.
It always feels great to be appreciated by the community, the music community.
For real, it's beautiful, because it just shows, like, for one, it lets you know, like, okay, I'm meant for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't need y'all confirmation, but y'all just, or y'all cosign, but just having so many people just like, we need this right now. Like, hip hop needs this vibe right now. That's just like, oh. And we from Indiana, so it's like there's so many other artists. Like, if whoever blow first, hopefully is somebody cool, and just will pull everybody else up that's serious, because we got a lot of talent here. We got a whole bunch of talent here.
Definitely, that's for sure. Now, as far as your boy Ciz Beats, does he do video production for a lot of different artists, or is it just mostly his own material?
It's basically his own material. Like, he as far as like music and artists, like, is basically just me right now. But his job, like, he went to school for filmography, so he does like weddings, he does like everything.
Right, that's what's up. But he hasn't really veered off into the music scene as a video producer. He just pretty much.
No, not at all. I was really, besides the Creators Lounge, like, I was really the first main artist that he ever really produced with and for. And as far as videos now, this is the first time we really, you know, just, okay, we're just gonna focus in on all this stuff. But yeah, so that's what's so beautiful. It's like he knew, but he's not, but he got the knowledge and all that creative energy. He got all that. We shot all 4 of those videos in his crib, at his crib.
Yeah, but you know, with good video production skills, you can make, you know, even the inside of a house or wherever look great, cinematic, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm realizing now.
And in the scene, who would you consider like some of your people? Like, you know, have you connected with a lot of artists in the scene and indie and networked and stuff like that?
Not as of late, but like as far as like my whole time like being around, like definitely B Young from Native Son, Bobby, he was one of the main people that told me to start rapping too. Like, I always call him my sensei because he taught me about breath control. Like, I came to a serious and he broke everything down for me. Pope Adrian Bless, Raj Mahal,
Native Son, that's a band, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And he's in front. He's the front man for them.
Okay.
Yeah, Beyond. But that's about it, man. It's really like I really just been focusing on just the team. I got Cody from Fort Wayne. He's on our squad. We got Demos. He's from Indy. He's on our squad, and they gonna be dropping stuff too. That's the next step. It's just like getting out here and moving and shaking. But I know, you know, just I gotta ride the wave, like just like any, you know, just like art. You gotta let it tell you what's time. You just gotta control what you can control.
No doubt. So, do you have any like dream opening spots? Like, for instance, like if there was an opportunity for you to open for a major act, who would you? What are the top 3 that you would like to, you know, open for?
Definitely Kanye, because I know the fans. Basically, any artist that where their fans would, I know they would fully embrace me.
Right.
Like a Kanye, like a Kendrick, Outkast. That would be amazing.
What did you think of that new Kendrick album?
I thought it was dope. Like, I thought like people wanted something else, but he just had to get some stuff off his chest. So it was really just like a open heart, open diary album. And I don't know. I think some people weren't emotionally or spiritually ready for that, or like they saw themselves in some of the stuff he was saying, and I was like, I'm not ready to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say that it's not as successful as you thought it might have been?
No, it was still crazy. You know what I'm saying? It still went crazy because it's him. Yeah. But I don't think, and the fact that he was already saying like, yo, like, I haven't made my best stuff yet. Like, I'm making my next album right now. It was just like, I think his best stuff is yet to come. But that's definitely like, I just got the vinyl. It's on the way in the mail. I got the vinyl of that.
yeah. Mr. Morale and Big Steppers.
Yes, sir.
Double album, right?
It's a fact. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of tracks up there.
Yeah, so what's you said Outkast, Kanye, Kendrick? Well, you'd have to reunite them to get to open for them, because lately I've been watching some interviews with Andre 3000, and he's like, whoa, like he don't want to get on stage. He's like doesn't want to perform. I'm like, damn. Because to me, it was like when he came out, he was so like free as a performer, like he was doing wild shit, dressed in crazy. And now it's like when I see him, like he got interviewed by old boy from Rick Rubin, right? Interviewed him, and he was just like,
that was a great interview.
Yeah, he was like, he just didn't seem like he was even involved there. Like, you know, I don't want to get on stage anymore. It's like, man, that's like a 180. Because before it would be like you would look at somebody like Andre 3000 and be like, wow, how could you put on a short cropped blonde wig and some fuzzy boots and football shoulder pads and get up on stage and just do your thing? You must be like fearless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and destroy it. Destroy the stuff.
Yeah, and then to go from that to be like, I don't know, maybe it's, you know, the fame, maybe it just does something to somebody, you know, that makes them not want to, you know, not want to interact with that.
And that's one thing, like the way. Of course, you never met these people, but it's like I just take it like, okay, I'm gonna embrace what I'm doing a jillion times, because if I end up being like him, I want to at least have like, okay, I put it all out there, 100% no regrets. Because who's to say, you know, who's to say you won't feel that way in like 5 years or 10 years? You'd be like, I don't even want to step in a lab, and it's like, yo, I couldn't even imagine that right now.
People go through changes, you know.
Yeah,
life
like the
changes.
music, all the changes I went through, like the music has been the one. It's like been my anchor. It's been like my foundation, my cement. So it's like, man, I couldn't imagine saying I didn't want to do it no more.
So as far as collabs go, like if you could get any guest feature that you, dead or alive, that you could get on a record, who do you think it would be?
Andre 3000.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, Andre 3000, because I know whatever song we would do, it would definitely be my best verse of all time, because he would make me go so deep within myself, like it would just. So I definitely say him. I definitely said, yeah, Andre 3000. Like nobody else really comes to mind. Like Wayne would be dope, but it would be like just metaphors, bars, just super wittiness. Like, but with Andre, it would have to be some like, okay, this is like the best verse of your life.
Right. Have you heard that the very last Tribe Called Quest album, Andre 3000 had a guest feature on that album? It was him and Q-Tip.
No, I haven't. I'm gonna look that up after this.
I'm gonna probably have to, or I can send you a link. But yeah, I think it's pretty dope. It's like not what you would. I don't know what you would expect, because with them being as eclectic as they are, you know, you could expect anything. But I liked it a lot. You know, it's got a nice vibe to it. It's what you. It sounds like what you think it might sound like, but it's nice. I like it. I like it a lot. It's an odd collabo, but you know.
And he's such a dope lyricist where it's like you gonna embrace, like you know you're gonna snap on it, like you know he's gonna just go crazy. But I don't know. Actually, Wayne, I take that back about Wayne, because I think, did you hear that DJ Premier track with him and Slick Rick?
Yeah, that just came out not too long ago.
Yeah, and he went crazy on there, and they both sounded just so good together, like the voices was crazy. But I was like, yo, if I could get Wayne, it would have to be like Tyler, the Creator Wayne, where you talking like abstract, like no gun, drug, like nothing, no rap talk. Like this is all MC, like you trying to really push your pen. Like I would love to have Wayne on a couple tracks like that with me.
Yeah, that's what it takes sometimes for artists to, you know, step outside of their normal persona, you know, as far as, you know, what they're used to, as far as what works when it comes to, you know, paying the bills. Because I think sometimes artists do get stagnant when they fall into that what people expect of them mold, and they have much more to offer. But usually if you go too far into your artistry, the masses won't embrace it, from what I've seen, unless you completely have
a thing. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm from Indiana. Like, we from the Midwest. Like we the melting pot. Like I got flavors. Like I can't just like Soul Loops is dope, but wait till y'all hear Relationship Facts. Like that's a whole different vibe. It's still soulful, but it got like other hard beats and different. Like he got a whole like Griselda bag of like styles he got. Like it's just I can't wait to really just hit people with it, because just seeing how people appreciate stuff now, it's like, oh, bet, like I want to make like positive life music.
No doubt, yeah. It's, you know, that's what's needed right now. You know, the times we're going through, we need some music with some positive messages, you know.
It's a fact.
We'll end it on that note. That's a great way to end it. That's a fact. Well, it was great talking to you, bro. We'll do it again if you have a new project dropping. Like I said, I definitely would like to connect with your people, and maybe we could do a joint interview or something. But
yeah, I'll send you his info after this.
That's what's up. Thanks for coming through, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you being a guest. Facts.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Coffee Talk. Are you interested in appearing on the podcast? Reach out to me at coffee.talk@gmail.com. Business owners and entrepreneurs are welcome. Sponsorship packages are available to have your product or service featured on Coffee Talk. Once again, that email is coffee.talk@gmail.com. That's KAFI.talk@gmail.com.